Have you ever been hunting in the woods and lost a deer and just thought, if I had a dog that knew how to find deer, that'd make it a lot better? Or have you ever been bird hunting and lost a bird and thought to yourself, it'd be so great if I had a dog to retrieve these birds for me? Or have you just wanted a fun house-trained pet, but you didn't know how you would train them? I have experience training my own dog, and I've also completed research on the subject. There are many different types of dog training. 3 common types are obedience, retrieval, and blood trailing. According to Alyssa Schaefer's article, Listen Up, in the magazine Inside Your Dog's Mind, training your dog is about focusing on getting the behavior you want and rewarding him or her for those actions. Before teaching your dog the basic commands, some boundaries need to be established. When establishing boundaries with a leash, first introduce the leash when you're feeding them. Then, if your dog freezes, encourage them with treats and reward them with a walk. If your dog tries to buck or jump, then try to distract them instead of removing the leash. When establishing boundaries with a collar, take a treat for your dog and put it in front of them. Scratch his or her neck when they bend down and buckle the collar around their neck. Immediately distract them with some kind of activity for them not to realize that you just buckled a collar around their neck. When establishing boundaries with a crate, first you want to make your dog's crate very comfortable for them. Have your dog already tired and gone to the bathroom before you put them in the crate. Put some treats inside and don't try to force your dog inside. Let them go in themselves. Once they're in, close the door and you just sit there quietly. If the dog starts to bark, do not open the door, let them sit there, and when they become quiet, then reward them with freedom. When potty training and getting them used to a bathroom area, take them outside on a leash, plant your feet, and when your dog goes to the bathroom, then you praise them. If you're on a walk, don't turn around immediately because dogs are very unpredictable and they can always go to the bathroom more than one time, so always be ready. If they go to the bathroom inside, or if you're in a subdivision and they go to the bathroom outside, make sure to clean up their accident areas. Also, another thing to do before teaching them basic commands is teaching your dog their name. Whenever you're teaching your dog their name, call their name in a very happy voice to get them used to it. When he or she looks at you, give them a treat, but in the know, they're looking at you when you're saying their name. So also, another way to do it is pair her with other positive experiences. When you're playing with her, giving them treats, taking them out on walks, or getting them just to come to you. Other things to look for is getting them to interact with people and animals. Another way to do this is just getting them used to people and other animals. There's no specific way to do it, they just have to learn to be used around them. According to Andrea Arden's book, Barron's Dog Training Bible, learning to use skills like sit, stay, and down in a dog's daily life is a step-by-step process. It begins with teaching your dog to respond to a cue or request and then generalizing their understanding of the cue behavior. In the step-by-step process, first you want to hold a treat in front of their nose and get them to follow you. Capture a behavior that you want and reward them. Shaping rewards for your dog for actions that approximate the behavior you are trying to teach. A marker sound allows you to give a specific focused feedback to your dog. Such marker sounds are like whistles that don't make a sound, but it's actually high-pitched enough for a dog to hear, or a regular whistle, or a little clicker. According to Richard Walter's Water Dog, you and your dog are to take advantage of basic instincts and give them a vocabulary. Retrieving is made up of 3 different elements: running out to the object, picking the object up, and delivering it to the trainer. The hardest part is getting them to run out to the specific object. To get them to that area to run to a specific object, you have to teach your dog to have no fear of water, boats, game, and decoy, guns, and decoys. Blood trailing is the easiest method of dog training. dog training. According to Darren Warren's article, Deer Detectives, from the book Dog Worlds, the first thing to know about blood trailing is that the dogs don't just follow the scent of blood. They can also follow scent from glands in deer. There are 5 different glands in deer that dogs can find. There's the tarsal gland, located at the knee, the metatarsal gland, located on the outside lower portion of each rear leg. There's the interdigital gland between the toes of each hoof. There's the preorbital gland at the base of each eye, and there's the forehead gland located on a buck's brow between each of the bases of the antler. When teaching your dog how to blood trail, first decide where you want to start the trail, then lay out little drops of blood all in an area leading up to your object that you're letting your dog find. It could be a toy, it could be a treat, it could be a deer leg or a deer horn. It could really be anything. Just keep your dog inside and then let them come out, find the scent, and find their reward. The best blood trailing dogs are not kennel canines. They are family members. I've talked about 3 common types of dog training, such as obedience, retrieval, and blood trailing. If you ever lose big game or small game while hunting, or if you just want a friend to play with, now you know how to train your dog. Thank you.